This is a genuine coronet of a marquis. This was the crown of George, who was Lord Cambridge, and it is solid silver with ermine trim and a velvet lining, and he wore this to the coronation of George VI in 1937. He died in 1981, and this was then sold, and here it is, a very rare chance to buy a genuine British royal coronet, and it is solid silver with gilding, and it's hallmarked, I think, for the year before the coronation, 1936, and an amazing thing. And the estimate on that is going to be between £3,000 and £5,000, and it's certainly worth at least that. So I would imagine there would be a lot of interest in this. Certainly will be a lot of interest. Some fabulous items in this sale, which is next week and viewing next week, and I'll just show you a few of the star items in that sale. So here's just a very interesting book. So this is a book on Kiki, who was a society lady in 1920s Paris. She was part of the liberated culture scene in Paris then, and she was a model, a muse and an artist. And this book she has actually inscribed inside the cover, so that's a drawing by her, and she signed it there, from Kiki, 1931. Her real name was Alice Prin, and there's a lot been written about her, and a very exciting and interesting character she was as well. So that is a very rare book. The drawing inside the cover is the particularly rare part of that, and the estimate is something over £1,000 for that, but that's a unique item. Lots of unique and luxury items this time as well. Here's a Mont Blanc set. This is the Franz Kafka limited edition set. It's in absolutely new condition, still in its original box and outer box and papers, and that's quite a valuable pen set there as well, so that should be 800 at least, I should think, for that set. The exceptionally rare item is a solid gold 50p piece commemorating the Battle of Hastings, still in its original box. There's quite a few coins in this sale. An immaculate Gucci handbag there. Look at that beautifully designed bag, and it's in brand new condition, still has the dust bag inside and the papers, so it's certainly never been used, that one. That's a nice idea there for the ladies, and here's one for the men. A Louis Vuitton briefcase, which is a bit tired, but you could certainly describe this as vintage. I think that's really stylish. It's a little bit worn on the edges, but it's a genuine piece of vintage Louis Vuitton. I think that's worth sort of at least 200 or 300. And in the next cabinet, we have there's a lot of Oriental items this time. This came from a local house, and I collected this, and it's a Kangxi period Chinese porcelain censer with its original lid and a jade handle carved as a figure. It's a beautiful thing. The original lid there as well, and there's the original stand, but unfortunately the family had dropped it, so it's in quite a few pieces. Luckily they only dropped the stand and not the bowl, which is perfect. And we'll just move on. So that estimate on that is between £3,000 and £5,000. But as you know, there's a lot of interest in Oriental items, so that's one to watch. In the paintings section, these are the two exceptional lots in this sale. Now these are both by Joseph Israels, who is a very highly regarded Dutch artist who died in 1911, and he's thought of as the most important Dutch artist of the late 19th century. So very differing styles, but they're both genuine works by him. This is what he's known for, his beach scenes, and this is dated 1889, and it's an oil on board, this one. It is completely unrecorded. our vendor is related to Joseph Israels very distantly, and it has come straight through the family directly to the vendor. And this painting here is a portrait of Joseph Israels, which is again exceptionally rare. I think there are only 2 or 3 known portraits of the artist, and you can see it's signed and Joseph Israels painted by himself. The interesting part of this is incredibly good quality wood frame on this one, but if you look at the back, this is called a cradle, and it just holds the panel flat so that it can't warp, which these are quite susceptible to. That's a fabulous thing. And from the same family, so they're quite important works that we hope will do very well. Estimate on these, you're going to be talking 10 to 15,000 for the beach scene and between 5 and 10,000 for the portrait. Underneath it here is a Lalique bowl, which is a beautiful Art Deco. I think it's 1931, the period of this, with these sort of very stylised feathers. Which is a nice table centre there. And we'll just have a look at a few of the other pictures. We had a painting by this artist in our last picture sale. This is William Topless, and he was very well known for painting scenes on Sark, and we had a painting of a cave with a boat moored in the last sale that was just estimated at a few £100 and made just over £4,000. And this is the pair to it, and it's in an identical frame. It's completely untouched, sealed in at the back, and this again is a scene on Sark, and so that'll be another interesting one to watch. And I'll just show you a few more of the paintings, because this really is worth a look this time. Some really interesting paintings, some beautiful portraits here. Look at the headdress on this. Oh, magnificent, looks like a cake. But that's a really interesting, this portrait here and this here and the one above are all from the same house, and they're all related, all from the same family, the Bush family these are. And then just moving slightly further along, very interesting early canvas there, very classical study. And here is a drawing by Frank Brangwyn, and this depicts the building of the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, and it's quite a well-known print. There is a lithograph of this, but it's reversed, it's a mirror image of this. This is the original drawing, and it's pencil and watercolour, and a rare piece there, and estimate on that is 1,000 to 1,500. And this has come from a local private house. It belonged to a canon, and above it, from another deceased estate, is this print by Elizabeth Frink, and this is titled Spinning Man 7, I think this is, Spinning Man 7. It's one of 50 that were printed in 1965 and signed in pencil, and this should be, well, the estimate's 300 to 500, hopefully be a bit more than that. I think that's really stylish, a very important British artist. And next to a Lowry print there as well, which is another pencil signed limited edition. But really worth a browse through this picture sale and the main antique sale as well. So I'll just tell you a little bit about the sale. We're going to do a separate video about the jewellery and watches, because there is so much this time. There's about between 600 and 700 lots of jewellery and watches. So we're going to have a separate day for that. So that'll be on the Wednesday of next week. And so is that the 11th? 17th, 11th today. 17th is the watches section. So that will be all day, starting at 10 in the morning with the watches, and then on the Thursday we'll have the sort of antiques and collectibles in the morning and the oriental items, and then the pictures will be in the afternoon. Viewing for this sale is Monday and Tuesday all day for both, but please have a look through the sale on our new website. Live bidding is available on 3 platforms, including our own website, where you can bid for no additional surcharge. You just have to pay the buyer's premium, but there's no bidding fees, which you have to pay on the other bidding platforms. So please have a look at that. But please get hold of us if you have any questions. Thank you very much.